Hi you guys, Dash from Bloom Where You're Planted. Well, I finally gotten all my fall beds ready. We put all the compost on them for the year, cleaned under the rabbit hutches, fertilized them with the vermicomposting bin and the mealworm bin frass. I'll put a link to those videos there if you want to know what all that is about. Insects can make you great fertilizer for your garden. Anyway, we're ready to plant. We're ready for that fall garden. And so I want to show you guys how you plan for a fall garden. And I'm in Dallas, Texas, so that's going to be particularly useful for you guys that are in my area. So what we have in Dallas, Texas is we have another chance at those warm season crops like yellow squash, summer squash, and zucchini. And then you've got a chance at those cool season crops going on into winter. Some of them can take a light freeze, and those are your brassicas, like your kale, your cabbage, your radishes, your sugar snap peas, tons of cool season crops. And we're going to think about getting those ready to plant now. So what you want to do is you want to find your first killing freeze date for your area, and you can just search that on the internet. For mine in Dallas, Texas, I searched it and they said it's November 22nd, which happens to be Thanksgiving this year. So that is projected to be our first killing freeze date. I noticed it's gotten a little later because I've always done it on the 15th. I've always had that as my first killing freeze date every year. So they're saying it's going to come a little bit later this year. We'll see. And then what you want to do is check your seed packets. And what you're looking for is your days to harvest. Like for instance, this zucchini says 55 days. So I am going to count back from my first freeze date and make sure that I have plenty of time to 55 days. I'm going to count back, make sure I have plenty of time for a couple of weeks of harvest before that first killing freeze date happens. Now, like this one, I couldn't find a first killing freeze date. So what I did was I went back to my seed catalog and I looked it up in there. And a lot of the times they will have it just in the description by whatever it is, whatever seed you get. And then I just wrote it on the seed packet so I would remember. So I looked up this one. I did this one in the spring, this zucchini rampicante, and this was squash vine borer resistant, and it was a lot like zucchini. I really liked it. But I noticed in the spring it was a little late to start. So I looked it up, and sure enough, it's 70 days before you can harvest, and that's begin harvesting. So you want to give yourself a couple of good weeks of harvest. So I'm not going to do this one this fall season because that's just too long. I'm getting too close to that freeze date. So what I'm going to do instead is just a regular zucchini that just takes 55 days. And in fact, I looked up a zucchini that I really liked the look of, and it's called Desi Squash from Baker Heirloom Seeds. And it's done in only 40 days. 40 days to harvest. So I want the earliest I can get to get those harvesting those warm crops before the cool weather sets in. So I'm excited to try that. So then your next step is to make a list of what your family loves to eat. What are your favorite things? What will they eat? For instance, my family, well, we eat a lot of squash and zucchini and things. They love sugar snap peas. I love kale, personally. I put kale in lots of different things. So that's some favorites of ours. So make a list of what your family is going to eat, because there's no sense growing something that they're not going to like. And then draw out your garden beds. I've drawn my garden. It doesn't have to be this pretty. I happen to be a bit of an artist too, so I enjoy this. But the point is to draw out each bed and put what you maybe already have there. I already have a bed of hot peppers, and that's going to go till it freezes. I've already got some tomatoes in, and those are going to hang out till it freezes. I'm going to pick all the green ones the night before the freeze. And then some more bell peppers over here. They're going to go to the freeze. So draw what you already have maybe in your garden, because you're not going to have room to put anything there. And then you want to put in your warm season. I'm going to do my yellow squash here. And then I'm going to do that Desi squash up here. And I'm also leaving some room for those cool season things that I'm going to put in. Spinach and carrots. I'm going to put in beets over here. My kale is going to be over here with my bok choy. Here's my warm season zucchini. And my sugar snap peas, cool season, and radishes. So as you can see, I put it all down to make sure that I'm going to have room in my garden for everything, because sometimes you can plan on too much and you won't have room in your garden for it. So that is kind of the warm season for Dallas, Texas especially. So first freeze date, November 22nd this year, and you want to get those in. So when I get these plants in, these warm season plants, I do them mid-August. I'm going to try to get all of my warm season crops, my zucchini and my squash, in by August 15th. And one reason I do that is just because we have this birthday marathon that ends tomorrow, August 13th. So we just have birthday after birthday after birthday. So I'm just busy making everyone feel special. So I wait till that's over with, and then I plant my warm season crops. And then my cool season crops, I'm gonna start indoors under a grow light. And I'll take you in with me and show you that. Don't worry if you don't have a grow light set up. You don't need one. You can go buy your starts in the nursery and plant them in your garden. So don't worry about that.
And the 1, and the 2, and the 3. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, do you need a boost?